Hey, side of me.
She wanna lick a FaceTime call and she in her panties and bra. Oh, let me see what you have underneath. While you make a boom that move together like twin. I might have to film it, I like it, it's super exciting, you know. You could make man pull up on you, you know. She licking on my neck like say I be ice cream man. Oh, yeah, let me see what you have underneath. Oh, I am not a pilot, but I'm flyer than your average man. Oh, yeah. Let me see what you have underneath. Girl, you know just how to satisfy your man. I can never get tired. Now you telling me it's my turn. Execution so smooth. Bring it closer till it's over. She licking on my neck like say I be ice cream man. Oh, yeah, let me see what you have underneath. Oh, I am not a pilot, but I'm flyer than your average man. Oh, yeah, let me see what you have underneath. Everything I do is spend it. They're asking for new jams till it's pending. Touch your toes, girl, bend it. You're rocking with a fucking legend. Best life, she want live her best life. I'ma give you your best life, and I could give you your best life. She licking on my neck like say I be ice cream man. Oh, yeah, let me see what you have underneath. Oh, I am not a pilot, but I'm flyer than your average man. Oh, yeah, let me see what you have underneath. She licking on my neck like say I be ice cream man. Oh, yeah, let me see what you have underneath. Oh, I am not a pilot, but I'm flyer than your average man. Oh, yeah, let me see what you have underneath.
Hello guys, welcome to Boxing Block Center, the home of Nigerian African boxing. Right, let me just tell you guys something right now without hesitation. First of all, Precisimo, and that is as quickly as possible. Let me just break it down quickly. Listen, I'm no longer sad that Joshua lost this fight. He deserved to lose this fight, bro. I've rewatched this fight more than 10 times. You know, I couldn't sleep after the fight. I slept very late. I was just thinking about... It just didn't seem real to me that Usyk defeated Anthony Joshua. And watching the fight back, bro, Joshua has lost his hunger. That beast of a man that used to be there is no longer there. And believe you me, with such performance, Joshua can fight Usyk 10 times and lose 10 times. But how Joshua wins the rematch is when he get his hunger, his base mode back. Is that savage in Joshua has to come out again, because he did so many things wrong yesterday. Of course, me being a fan of Anthony Joshua, being a supporter of him, I just couldn't handle the defeat last night. I had to just lay down, sad, and I mean, even I didn't eat anything yet. I couldn't eat anything. That just shows how much I wanted my Nigerian brother to win. However, you know, it didn't happen because Joshua lost his fight. Joshua, first of all, what was the tactics? Rob McCracken needs to be asked some sorry question. What was the tactics? What was the plan? You know, because what was the plan? What was the plan? I need to know. Joshua did not throw. I mean, I didn't see Joshua. How many power punches did Joshua threw yesterday? It's not up to 10. Maybe less than that as well. And Joshua fought as a small man. You don't fight as a small man against Usyk. You know, you are the bigger man. Use your size. Joshua made a very that's two mistakes there. 3, he wasn't active enough. You know, he wasn't active active enough. He was just like waiting for Usyk to hit him first before he hit back. Wrong game plan. Joshua, being the bigger man, was supposed to, like be the one putting pressure on Usyk going forward. Of course, you have to take some to give some. And for Joshua, the reason why I'm so upset, I'm so mad right now is that Usyk was very vulnerable to the body. When Joshua hit Usyk to the body, Usyk didn't want none of it. He like immediately backed down. Joshua should have continued to hit Usyk to the body, keep hitting him, bro, break him down to the body, because he was just head hunting. Bad tactics, bad coaching, bad mentality as well. Joshua wasn't ready for it mentally. Maybe because he was not a millionaire. When you have all this money, sometimes you lose the hunger. It's just sad because I can see that team Joshua are trying to turn Joshua into a Muhammad Ali type of fighter. He's not that kind of fighter. He's a very good boxer. He's an elite boxer. But trying to become what you're not will actually affect your game plan. Joshua should have taken some things from, the legends, and then still has that savage, somewhere in case he needs it. Last night, he needed that savage to come out. That savage did not come out because of Joshua's mentality. It was just like a sparring session, bro. Joshua wasn't mentally there. I'm not sad that Joshua lost. He deserved to lose. But I'm just upset the way he lost because this fight he had in the bag. Hopefully like I said, the savage needs to come out real quick. Okay? He need that savage back, and Joshua needs to go to America. Or hire an American trainer. Get one of those black American legends there and see what they will transform him to. In fact, there are so many of them. So I don't think the British tie. Of course, Rob McCracken has done a lot for him. He's taken him so far. I appreciate that. However, Rob McCracken's tie will not take Joshua to the next level. Okay, Joshua is already an elite fighter. He needs to he wants to go to the next level after that. So I think he needs a trainer. Okay, an American trainer. Let's go down here. Adewale, I know you're not a Joshua fan like that. However, I you being a Nigerian, I think he also was very, like, I don't know. When Joshua lost, I was very sad. I couldn't eat. Last night was a terrible night for me. However, after watching the fight back 10 times, I think he deserves to lose, bro. What do you make of it?
Man, bro, you said it all correctly, man. As much as I'm not much of I'm actually a Joshua fan, but I'm a major Joshua critic because of his past antecedents. Now, that wouldn't make me, the fact that Joshua lost, I'm not going to say, oh, he's a bum, he's trash, he's not elite. The same way Anthony Joshua extremist fans were talking about Deontay Wilder when he lost to Tyson Fury, that he's trash, he's a bum, he should retire. I'm not going to say that because that's just foolish. Joshua is still elite. But when it comes to Usyk, he fucked up by trying to box Usyk. Period. You said it all well, bro, in your commentary. You said Joshua is no longer a savage. And I completely 100% agree with you. This guy has lost his killer instinct, man. He's a nice guy, bro. This guy is like so nice. He's hugging on Usyk before the fight. I mean, that wouldn't have been a problem if you got in the ring and you could separate your niceness from being a killer in the ring. Bro, prior to Anthony Joshua getting knocked down by Vladimir Klitschko, the knockdown, okay, Joshua was tearing through anybody that came in front of him in the ring. He would knock you out, bro. There is no way you're surviving Joshua. And then he got knocked out by Vladimir Klitschko. And then, even though he finished that fight in the TKO, the next fight against Carlos Takam, that wasn't impressive, bro. Takam was having successes. Fine, Joshua won most of the rounds. But he wasn't the savage that we had known him to be in the fight against Takam. And then he fought what's this guy's name from New Zealand? Joseph Parker. And we saw what happened in that one. He was fighting scared against Joseph Parker. I'm like, Joe, this guy is no longer a savage, man. And guess what happened? Okay, then he came back against Povetkin. He had his success. He knocked out Povetkin. And then he came against Andy Ruiz. Ruiz set him back. He was afraid of taking punches. I feel like at this point in Anthony Joshua's career, he has become afraid of taking punches. He has become afraid of taking risks because he wasn't ready to engage with Alexander Usyk to take one punch and dish out your own punches back. There is no way you will outbox Alexander Usyk, my guy Joshua. You're never going to outbox him. The advantages that you have against Usyk is your size and your physical strength. And once you throw those two away, then, bro, you're on the same level as Usyk. And he's a much better boxer than you. The guy has so much experience, over 300 amateur fights. He's fought all types of people, undisputed Olympics gold. Bro, Usyk is the goods, man. First and foremost, I fucked up, man. I was supposed to congratulate Usyk for the great performance. I feel like Usyk is going to be one of the greatest of this era. But if he fights against guys as tall as Joshua, but are way more aggressive, because Joshua is not an aggressive fighter. He used to be, but he's no longer. If he fights against an aggressive tall guy, Usyk, he will probably lose. Because an aggressive tall guy will not be looking to box with you. He's going to be cutting the ring off and whamming in those left hooks to the body, uppercuts, anything, bro, to make you uncomfortable. Oh, you want to cut, you want to move, you want to cut angles to the right? I'm coming to the right to shoot, straight right hand. You want to go to the left? I'm coming to the left to shoot, left hook. Bro, that's what Joshua needed to have done. This guy is outboxing you round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, 5, 6. You're coming back with counter punches to the body. You were having some success. And then all of a sudden, round 7, 8, 9, you're looking slow, you know. Round 10, 11, 12, Usyk is washing you, bro. Almost knocking you out. That was really embarrassing for me, man. As much as I'm a critic of Joshua, I am trying to constructively criticize him on this one. He fucked up by almost getting knocked out by Usyk, and he fucked up by trying to box with Usyk. That's what he did. So going into the rematch, he better not try to make that same mistake of boxing. Come in at 250 pounds, 245 pounds, whatever, and go to war with this guy from the first round, period.
Thanks, brother. Yes, he's a make or break for Joshua. He has to do it because he needs that. Listen, I don't know why he was so scared. Why he was scared of getting hit by Usyk. Usyk is not a big puncher like that. I mean, it's not the same Usyk that Joyce walked through his punches, you know, despite losing the rounds, but walked through his punches without nothing, no problem, you know. And it's just like, okay, this is what you should be doing. And I don't know what happened, bro. Like, Joshua should realize that what got him to this point is the savagery, bro. Not, you know, I mean, Joshua was trying to prove to the world that, oh, I'm better. He wanted to prove to the world that, oh, he's more better than the. I mean, he's more superior than the most superior boxer, which is Usyk. Believe you me, Usyk is more superior of a boxer than Canelo Alvarez. Okay, he's more superior of a boxer than Tyson Fury. He's more superior of a boxer than almost everybody in the heavy division, bro. Everybody in the heavy division. Okay, maybe you might say Frank Sanchez come close because Frank Sanchez also has that Cuban style, which is different from the Ukrainian style, and he's also had like more than 300 amateur fight. That's why the fight with Efia Jagba is going to be very interesting, and I know Efia Jagba is going to fight Frank Sanchez as the bigger man. Frank Sanchez is very fast. Ajagba will be ready for it. I just hope Ajagba wins. I'm hoping for Ajagba to win. I'm hoping for Deontay Wilder as well to win against Fury because we need Fury dethroned, bro. We need Fury dethroned, bro. This guy hasn't defended his title yet and inspired himself as a king, bro. You ain't king of nothing. At least Joshua has the boss to take all these fights. Fury is always scared of competition, bro. It's just pathetic. Anyway, Tajak will come in. Tajak, are you there? Are you with us? Can you unmute it, bro? On your hand? If you are.
Yes, bro, I'm here. Sorry. Thanks for letting me in, man. You know, as fans of AJ, we're big. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope Team AJ's listening to this, and you don't take it to heart. But as a big fan of AJ, we have every right to be mad at his performance, to ask him what game plan was that. Half of the world is half of the world loves AJ to the world. But they're gonna be at the end of the day when they know you can perform better, they're gonna be pissed off at that performance. Listen, I wasn't angry. No, I wasn't sad at this performance. Not like the Ruiz fight, because the Ruiz fight, it is what it is. That happened, and everybody saw uh, um, uh, uh, someone in the making get taken down like that. But the performance yesterday, everybody said, listen, you had one job. He had one job. That is backing Usyk up. There is nothing to it. Listen, I'm gonna be really serious, and I'm gonna criticize AJ. He's still my favorite boxer. It's either you got it or it's either you don't. Like, I'll say it again. It's either you got it or you don't. What I mean by that is, it's either you're up to the challenge and you're not afraid. When I talk about being afraid in boxing, it plays a big thing in how you perform in that ring. One, it plays a big thing mentally, physically, emotionally. Those are the things you need in that ring. If you're afraid to get hit, you're afraid to get knocked out, bro. I'm not saying I'm a boxer myself, but you chose that career path. You chose that career path. Yeah, the whole game is hit, not get hit. We understand that whole part. But if you're afraid to get hit, or you don't want to engage the opponent, you're not gonna get far. There's only up to a certain point where you could get away with that. But if somebody else, like I've said it again, if somebody else is more hungrier than you are, if somebody else is more hungrier than you are and is not afraid, he's gonna end you. And he's not afraid to lose. He's gonna end you. You remember Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whitaker. Israel Adesanya was ready to put that shit on the line. He wasn't afraid to lose. He was more hungrier than Robert Whitaker. Standing on top of the nosebleeds, watching down on the other fighters. I'm gonna be that guy one day. I'm not afraid to lose, bro. You're gonna have to knock me out to fucking beat me. That has to be your mentality, man. The mentality that you go in there of not being AJ, bro. It's that everybody knows you can do better than that. That I sent this. We have this group. We're a fan of yours. We're a big fan of Nigerian boxers. We talk. There was this instance where I'm still trying to figure out what you were doing. It looks like I don't know if it was a love tap or a scratch. I don't know what the fuck that was. But for that little thing that you did, man, Usyk, Usyk should have batted the shit out of you, man. It's like you were trying to love tap him, like trying to slap him. I still couldn't figure it out. Till that I'm gonna keep watching that over and over again, because it's still playing in my head, like, this is not AJ, man. Why are you love tapping a skilled fighter as like Usyk, with Usyk's caliber? What are you doing? Listen, if you compare Usyk and AJ's face, it looks like Usyk got hit more, and that AJ, that was only with just jabbing. And so you're telling me just that jab alone could do that damage to Usyk compared to your face, bro? You let that fight slip out of your hands from the 8th, 10th, 11th to the 12th round. You were having some success, but you didn't follow up with that. You hit Usyk, but you didn't follow up Why didn't you follow up? Are you afraid to gas out? Are you afraid to gas out because you're afraid you're gonna get TKO'd? So fucking be it, man. So fucking be it. That's the whole point of the game. What made me mad more is I'm still trying to figure out what happened in the end. Were you really prepared for this fight? Was he really prepared for this fight? Were you conditioned for this fight, bro? I'm gonna put something out there right now. I don't know if he should be embarrassed, but I kind of was, and I'm not holding back. Derek Chisora, Joe Joyce, Britis. I think did Usyk fight go Christopher Glowacki, or what's the other guy? Glowacki. Who else? Not Witherspoon. Witherspoon came off the couch. But those guys that have Derek Chisora, those Michael Hunter, those guys that I've named stood up on their feet, bro. They were on their feet, man, to the last bell. I'm not saying you didn't stay on your feet. You did, but you sat down. That really, really, people were like, what the fuck? Everybody said, what the fuck is he doing? What the fuck were you doing, man? You didn't throw combinations. You were going at a slow pace. I understand that slow pace. You know, it's to not go fast and miss your punches, but you were going at a slow pace to me thinking, why are you that tired? You shouldn't be that tired with the pace you were going. If even with that, you said you were conditioned, you went 15 rounds, but you got hit. Yes, you getting hit takes a lot out of you, but still, if you did go 15 rounds, why were you that tired for you to be sitting down? You sat down, man. It really played a role in what people thought, what the judges thought. Yeah, he lost that fight. Do you remember Muhammad Ali versus Frazier? If Frazier would have got up, Frazier would have won that fight. They both sat down, and that was a 15-round fight. Muhammad Ali versus Frazier. Muhammad Ali said at the end, that was the closest thing to death. That was a 15-round fight of one of the most best fucking fight I ever saw in my entire life as a fucking as a human being. As a human being, bro, you didn't come close to that. Oh my God, bro, I love Anthony Joshua, man, but that performance was pure garbage. You had better success. I'm not done.
I know we are live. I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, you have to understand that. Listen, Tajagbe, you also know that Joshua has lost his hunger, bro. I mean, Joshua is taking boxing as a business venture. Boxing is not a business venture, bro. Boxing is a savage sport. Of course, we know that there is also a business side to it. However, the reason why I'm so upset, in fact, I was just like, why was I even sad yesterday? Why wasn't I able to eat anything? Why couldn't I sleep? After watching this fight 10 times, bro, I'm like, oh my God, why was I even sad? Maybe because of my emotion got to me. This performance from Joshua was a C level fighter performance,
it was
bro.
Bad, bro. It's not even that. It's more like he hasn't lost the hunger because his whole game plan, his whole dream is to become a unified champion.
Bro, of course, he's lost the hunger. He lost the hunger, bro. He lost it. He lost. He need to get that savage in Joshua. Joshua has a savage. You know those old tortoise car we used to drive in Nigeria. You know, our forefathers used to drive. Our grandpas and grandmas, you know, used to drive in Nigeria. You know, that car is one of the best car. Okay, you know, Very strong car. However, we have this modern day, like this modern day cars, or people use now. If you give me this car, this modern day car, and you give me that tortoise car, I will choose that tortoise car over this one, because there is something special about that. Joshua had that savage. He has that savage in him when he was coming up the rankings, blasting people out like crazy. And after the Klitschko fight or something like that, I don't know if it's a Klitschko fight or so, he just parked that service somewhere, just parked it somewhere, and became a boxer, proving people, wrong, saying he's a boxer. Of course, he's a very good boxer, no doubt. However, when it comes to a fight like this, that tortoise car, that savage needs to come out, especially when you have Usyk hurt to the body. Many times he didn't follow through, and the trainer was telling him, "Oh, good job, AJ. Sometimes you need to take risk. You need to take some, bro." If this was Joe Joyce in the ring right now, if this was Joe Joyce in the ring, believe you me, bro, I'm not even joking. Joe Joyce will let Usyk. Joe Joyce will overpower Usyk. If Joe Joyce not that, he's gonna land punches. Joe Joyce is gonna take it until Usyk now start. Bro, Usyk was tired in the mid-rounds now. He was tired. He was tired. Joshua did not capitalize on that. The body punch was hitting Usyk hard. But okay, now look at Usyk's face and look at Joshua's face. Bro, Joshua did not even throw a lot of punches. Most of the punches he threw were like fin jabs.
No combinations, no nothing.
Bro,
didn't even attempt to trap Usyk against the ropes or use his weight or nothing, bro. Listen, AJ, you got to go back to the drawing board. Your endurance, your stamina, work on that shit like your life depended on it. You need to go back to the drawing board and learn how to use your fucking weight and fight like a tall man. Listen to me. If you don't have somebody who's mentally conditioning you for freaking fights, bro, get your whole team out of there, because they ain't doing you any good by kissing your ass, man. As much as I go hard on Deontay Wilder, I'm gonna go hard on you because you're one of my favorite boxers out of everybody. After I seen you get it from that Klitschko fight, what bothered me the most out of everything is that you lack that instinct of not fighting as a tall fighter. Oh man. Listen, go back to the drawing board and come out with a game plan. You better push Usyk the fuck back next time, man. And that's where I'm gonna end it, bro.
Joshua needs to get an American trainer ASAP. Get an American trainer. If you don't sack Rob McCracken, had an American trainer to hit, so that you go. Listen, Joshua needs to get an American trainer, bro. European style fighting is like, he's already, he used that to conquer the division. Now it's time to take it above. Take it to the next level, bro. That's just the thing. Anyway, before Adewale, you come in again, I know you want to say something. Let me read the super chat right here from Lekon Osagi. Osagi says, AJ needs to replace Rob McCracken, to be honest, and get a more suitable trainer for his style, someone that will teach him effective aggression. That sweet science isn't just moving around with jabs. Very good point made by Lekon Osagi. My Ojo, please come in. I think Adewale want to come in, right? My Ojo, come in.
I have last after Adewale.
Yeah, come in, Majo.
Right. So first of all, before I even talk about these fights, I think that there is something that's happened in the boxing community that people are not talking about, and I think it's really bad. This guy, Probeez passed away this week, and no one is talking about it. So from BBC, we just want to, basically just want to send our condolences to the family of Probeez.
Well, I talked about it yesterday, bro, as well. I talked about it. You didn't see it?
Right. No, I didn't see it.
Well,
thanks for doing that.
I talked about it, but, I heard the news and I talked about it. When I went live, I talked about it. Like, it's very, like Frank Buckles is his name. Frank Buckles. Yeah, like he has like two daughters. He was set to attend the Joshua Usyk fight and passed away. And it's kind of the only one that gave Joshua like one of the most interesting interviews. Like, his interview with Joshua is always the best. It's just amazing. R.I.P. to the guy, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, so just want to send our love to his family, and he's gonna be missed. So, as regards this fight, I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna talk about the positives. The positive will be for me to congratulate Usyk. He done a really good job. He came with a game plan. He followed through with his game plan, and I believe that he went a step ahead of his game plan. I believe that, yeah, he listened to the instruction of his coaches and all of that, but in the ring itself, he did his own thing as well. He didn't just like, oh, I'm just going to stick to the game plan and that is it. So he showed the spirit of a true warrior yesterday. I'm a massive, massive AJ fan, but in saying that, I'm not going to take Usyk's glory away from him. Usyk is a fantastic boxer, and yesterday he showed me also that he is a good fighter. Maybe not a very, very rugged fighter, but he's a fantastic boxer and he's a very, very good fighter. So congratulations to you, Usyk, man, and your team, and congratulations to Ukraine. That fight yesterday kind of reminds me or makes me think of a swimmer, somebody who is an Olympic swimmer, but you want to swim, you don't want to get drenched in water. How are you supposed to do that? AJ went into a fight like that and he doesn't want to get punched. Like one of the first thing you need to be aware of as a boxer is that you're going to get punched. Okay. And especially you're fighting a guy like Usyk. He's going to jab, 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 jab you all night. He's got fantastic movement. You gave away all your advantage. Like Joshua gave his advantages away completely. I don't know why he keeps doing that. When he's fighting these shorter fighters, he wants to fight short. Why are you fighting short? Why can't you just fight tall? Use your height. Use your advantages, And you see this stay hungry, stay humble campaign, I think it's really affected Joshua. He's staying humble in the ring, but he's not staying hungry. He's too polite in everything. I'm not advising Joshua to become, he's not a brash talker or anything. But what brought you this far? In the ring, Joshua was a killer. In the ring, I'm saying was because it looks like now he's a different person entirely. You're not going to be able. It's like Lionel Messi. Somebody trying to say, oh, you've got better skills than Messi. No, you got to play to your own advantage. He didn't play to his advantage at all. He didn't fight to his advantage yesterday. Like, I was looking at that fight, and for me to actually think that I actually hosted a proper party, like a watch party, I'm going to send you guys some videos. We had about 21, 22 people inside the house watching this fight. And we're all like, what is this? What is it doing? From the word go, from the first round, Usyk took the center of the ring, and that was it. And the way I saw Usyk to the center of the ring just reminded me of Fury Wilder the second time, how Fury took the center of the ring as well. So I don't understand how a tall, big, athletic man like that would allow Usyk. Yes, Usyk's movement yesterday was, in all honesty, fantastic. Like Usyk was possessed, man. He was completely possessed. But in saying that, Joshua did not use, like, the killer instinct is gone. Completely gone. He was fighting scared. Like, he didn't want to get punched. Like, how can you, like, in all honesty, Dylan White said something yesterday which made sense. He said, listen, if you like that kind of a fight, you better knock me out than go 12 rounds. It is better to go in there, do whatever it takes, use your advantages over this guy. If he knocks you out, he knocks you out. Because at the end of the day, let's call a spade a spade. Joshua was saved yesterday because the bell rang 5 seconds before the end of the fight itself. I believe that if they didn't stop the fight, Joshua would have got knocked out yesterday, to be honest. because he was literally close to going down at the last few seconds. For me, man, like, I'm upset and I'm disappointed, but hopefully, and this whole thing of loyalty with Joshua, like, see, yes, loyalty and all of that, but come on, he needs to change. He needs to change. He needs to add something. McCracken has brought him this far. Now, he has reached the pinnacle of what McCracken can do for him. I think he has reached that height now. There is nothing more. I don't see anything that McCracken can add to his game now at this point. Because McCracken kept saying, "You're doing well, Josh. You're doing well." Like, doing what? Are you kidding me? Doing well? So there's nothing McCracken can add. Listen, McCracken, you've done fantastic. You've done well. You guys have won. He's been unified champion twice and all of that. But to now get to the next stage, to get to the next gear, it needs to change. It needs a guy. If he doesn't want to go to America, I think he should just go with a guy like Shane McGuigan. In all honesty, Joshua, his fight yesterday was very disappointing. I still like him. I still feel that at the end of the day, Joshua, one thing we cannot deny about Joshua is that he's a throwback fighter. Okay, he has fought everyone that he's had the opportunity to fight. He has not, for me, he has not dodged any fight. He has not ducked anyone, and he keeps taking these chances and this risk. And if the more risk you take, the more chances that you're going to get beaten. And he's taking risk. He's lost twice now. And I think, in all honesty, apart from this performance yesterday, all fighters, especially these heavyweight fighters, now they should all mix it up, man. They should all mix it up. Let the winner between Fury and Wilder fight Joshua if possible, or fight Joe Joyce, or just mix it up. Just mix it up completely, But for me, it was a disappointing performance, man. There's just too many things to say that sometimes you have so much to say you don't even know what to say. That's how I feel, But it's lost that hunger. I think Joshua has become too much of a businessman. I'm a kind of guy. Yes, I love people who are business savvy. I love the fact that Joshua the guy has really, really maximized his business, the business side of boxing. Okay, he's really maximized. He's make loads of money and all of that, but he needs to remember that what brought him to this place in the first place is the boxing. So you cannot continue to focus on the business side and forget the boxing. The fight itself. There's that spirit. So I think Joshua needs to forget to stay humble in the ring and just be hungry. Just be a savage again, because he's no more a savage, man. He's no more. He's afraid to get hit. He can't even. No single uppercut yesterday. None. Not even one. No single combination. None. No, it was a bad performance, man. Very, very bad. The worst I've seen of AJ. Worse. Even worse than the Andy Ruiz first fight. Worse. Much worse. That's all I have to say for now. I'm still in the conversation anyway. But yeah, I'm still upset about this, man. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Thanks, brother. Lekano Saige says, oh yeah, on the super chat. Shout out to Lekano Saige for the super chat. A second super chat, by the way. He said right here, AJ also lacks the ability to adapt styles mid-fight. Not as one-dimensional as Wilder, but similar in terms of not being able to change in the moment. Let's go around here, Kenechukwu, for that. Kenechukwu, you there?
What's up, my people?
Yeah, man, how you doing? So
I am here live.
What do you make of Lekon Osaige's statement saying that Joshua lacks the ability to adapt, okay, mid-fight?
Yo, I think it's a bit factual, but I just think a lot of things, because I was listening to all of us yesterday. I was listening to everybody. I even listened to my brothers on the BBC panel today. And one thing that stuck out with me was I just pictured I think we covered this fight, Tank Davis versus Barrios. Or was it Tank Davis or Santa Cruz, where Floyd came and told him, on the unofficial card, you're 2 rounds down.
That was Barrios.
Barrios, the guy just sparked up immediately that round. And I think that round he took him out. And I was listening to Spencer Ferron. And Spencer Ferron was on the floor with his wife yesterday. And he was just saying everything that these guys were saying. Can you imagine these guys were telling Anthony that, Anthony, you're doing well. And he was like, what the eh? Tell this guy that he should continue picking this guy up. Keep on hitting him to the body. What is it? How can you be telling this guy he's doing well? He's down rounds. That Rob McCracken wasn't the only voice in the corner. There were like 3 different people talking to AJ at the same time. Obviously, they are not giving, as in 3 different people talking to him at the same time. I understand 2 people, but 3 different people. Spencer said in the 11th round, one of his managers turns to Eddie and hugs Eddie and tells him that we got this, that they have already won the fight. And I'm like, and he was like, why you? As in, there's this when I was hearing that, my head was just turning. As in, what we were feeling and what we were commentating on in live wasn't what they are telling him. These people are lying to him just to leech off him. They're not telling him the truth. That listen, you're down rounds, you need to back him up, you need to throw over, you need to come at this guy. You have to back him up. You have to continue throwing shots to the body. And that's why I agree with what the panel has said today. That he needs to change from that Rob McCracken. Probably get like what this guy did, Mondo did, and got Callum Smith did, and get Buddy McGee, or get somebody that will tell him the truth at least. Even if you get that racist Tony Atlas, it's better than getting Rob McCracken that won't say anything to him. Let him tell him the truth. And because no matter which Niger boy and a Niger boy, when he once you tell him, say, guy, you're down, 3 rounds, we have to go. He will go. He will die on that shield. But when you're telling him, oh, don't worry, you're doing well, just keep on flicking your jab, he feels that he's boxing intelligently. He needed to go. He needed to have that spirit that, listen, is kill or be killed. I'm down. I need to make this guy suffer. And nobody was giving him that instruction. That was the thing. When I heard what they were saying ringside from somebody who was there, seated down with his wife and listening to and hearing all these instructions, and I was like, guy, you people are killing this guy. Because what you people are interested in is that he can come back a second time and give all of you a payday. But all of us are here, we're all going crazy. Because we know that this guy is not, Chisora doesn't have his skill set, Hunter doesn't have AJ's skill set. There's no how. AJ, if he's the bigger man, puts pressure on him, drags him to the ropes, hits him constantly like what Chisora was trying to do. He finishes him. Easy, simple and short. Constantly hits him to the body. He drops him. But the proper instructions weren't being given, and people were just full of themselves that day. They weren't there for AJ. They were there for their own pockets, as far as I'm concerned. That's what I feel. Just the proper instructions weren't given to him. But I don't know if it's going to change. I think they are targeting February, March for the rematch. I doubt whether he'll change. I think he'll stick with Rob McCracken at this thing, guys. I don't think nothing is going to change. I think people are going to complain, but nothing is going to change. It doesn't seem like if anything is going to change. Yeah.
The thing is that even if Joshua were to beat Usyk in the rematch, if he fights Deontay Wilder, he must not show fear in that fight, even though Wilder will knock him out cold. If he fight Deontay Wilder, he must not show fear even against Fury, bro. I don't know what's happening, what happened, but it's very weird. Look at what George Foreman said. A throwback, George Foreman, a legend. He said, saw the Joshua Usyk fight. AJ seemed afraid. He lost his identity. Should I be cautious? Go 12 round. Go 12. Attack with my power. Usyk, a typical southpaw. If you won't hit me, I will be award and hit you. Something is wrong. Not AJ. He took his punishment. Who are you, AJ? I mean, so many things. Like, who is Anthony Joshua? Who is Anthony Joshua right now? Who, like, by this logic right now, who is actually Joshua? What is has he lost his identity? That will be answered by our brother Adewale if he is available. If not, Tajak will come in, bro.
Thank you, man. Now that I've calmed down, man. Listen, your biggest critic's always gonna be your fans, and your biggest haters are the ones who are. I mean, and your biggest haters will be the ones that hate you. If they're not hating you, you're doing something. You're doing something wrong, right? Um, Absolutely was AJ's performance. I thought, listen, that performance was garbage, right? Um, up to, up until when we talk about you didn't impose your will, you didn't impose your size, none of that. You gotta, bro. I'm telling you, if you have to find a wrestler to show you how to wrestle and grapple somebody and push them up, find somebody to help you do that. Get in touch with Virgil Hunter, man. Strength and conditioning is his main thing. You need that so much, man. I don't know what that other I don't know who's the current strength and conditioning coach for you, but he ain't doing a good job, man. He's not doing a good job. If you're not pushing past your limits when it comes to endurance and stamina and strength and conditioning, the guy that's with you ain't doing a good job. He's got to go. He's got to go. You cut that ring off perfect last night. I can't even deny that. That was a very good way you cut the ring off. But when it comes to imposing your will and doing any other thing, you didn't do that. You let him you let Usyk the other way around. He imposed his skill set on you, right? He showed you why his name was Usyk. Listen, Usyk didn't do anything different. He did the same shit he's done since the beginning of the amateurs till up to meeting you. I don't know if it's an identity crisis with you, but listen, man, you got to figure it out. You have to figure it out. As as good as it may seem, when we all said, listen, the reason Usyk looked terrible was because against Derek Shorter was because his skill set going backwards is not that great. And when he gets pushed backwards and he's going backwards, his instinct is to get out the way. Bro, the way you cut the ring off yesterday would have been perfect for that. As soon as you were following up on the body punches that he was moving back, as soon as you followed up, his instinct would be to get out of there and move out the way laterally and move out the way one way or another. That was the best way you could have cut off the ring. If AJ's team is listening, Usyk is not the best at freaking trading punches. When he's trying to trade punches, he looks terrible. That could have been a success for AJ, but it didn't happen. Like George Foreman said, man, he was being your biggest critic, but at the same time, everybody knows what you could do. Everybody knows it. You could do better than that. Everybody knows it. George Foreman was your biggest critic, but at the same time, he was telling you the truth. It seems like you were a little bit scared. You didn't know who you were in that ring, man. That was not the best performance. I think that was by far the worst performance you ever had in your entire career. By far. For an elite fighter, by far the worst performance. Like I thought the what's this guy's name? The last guy you fought,
Pulev.
um Pulev, that was just you maturing into somebody bigger. I really thought so. But I don't want to take anything always negative, but if you listen, man, if you put the pictures together, you versus Usyk, bro, it looked like you did more damage to Usyk than he did to you. That should motivate you into the next fight and be like, and that was only jabs. That was no combinations. That was me being patient and trying to gain some accuracy. If you don't go in that fight with a different mentality, saying I'm gonna eat this guy alive, like I need you to kill me in this ring before before I get to you. You gotta kill me, man. That has to be your mentality. You're a man who claims he watches tons and tons of boxing. If you're not motivated by the past, by the present champions who went life and death in that ring, and I'll keep telling you again, if you don't listen, if you need motivation, go watch Robert Whitaker versus Israel Adesanya. Bro, that kid was bleeding. That kid was going in. He said, "You have to kill me in this ring before I you're gonna kill me in this ring." That's what he was preparing to do. That's who he is now. If you don't have that mentality, man, I'm sorry, bro. That I think your career is gonna be cut short. As much as I'm your biggest fan, I'm gonna be your biggest critic too. I like Mayo Joe said, he had a watch party. He had everybody over, bro. I took I was so excited for this fight. The time it was announced, I already penciled that into my schedule. I was like, I ain't going to work. They could call me in. They could do this. I'm not going to work. I'm gonna watch that fight.
Someone says it's Easy versus Gastelum. Easy versus
Gastelum or Whitaker. I think it was
Gastelum.
Whitaker. Oh yeah, no, it is Gastelum.
Yeah, Gastelum.
Gastelum is a fighter.
You know when Easy fought him, bro. Easy is like he's a
No, I
that
think it was
guy's
Whitaker.
a warrior.
It was Whitaker. No. It was also Whitaker. I think it was Whitaker too. I think he went to war
Where the
with Whitaker
Gastelum
too.
is when he almost lost and he kept on fighting. He was bleeding all over. His mouth was swollen. Everything like. Listen, Nigerians are one of the bravest warriors on the planet Earth. Okay. I just believe that Joshua has lost the hunger. You know, the savage is not there anymore. He packed that savage one side. And he need to get it back. He need to go unpack that savage right now. Okay? And prepare for the rematch. The rematch is not gonna be easy. It's not a Ruiz Jr. rematch. This is not an easy rematch. This is one of the hardest rematch of Anthony Joshua. But he can win this fight. He can win this fight.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, when he goes into that fight, your mentality is you're gonna kill me in this ring. And let me, AJ, I'll tell you something right now, man. If you think Usyk is gonna agree to come back in your backyard, you got another thing coming. Eddie, don't let Eddie say we're gonna have it in the UK. Fuck the UK. I hope Usyk has it in his backyard. You go get it in his backyard. I'm tired of you fighting in the UK, man. The UK, you fighting in the UK has gotten you soft. It's gotten you
No,
so
but they
soft.
don't have the money in Kiev, bro. They don't have that money in Kiev. They don't have the money in Kiev.
Listen, it's gonna happen. If Usyk wants to make it happen, let them make it happen. If Usyk decides I want to fight, I don't want to fight in the UK, don't fight in the UK. I don't care.
That fight should be in Ukraine. Okay, for me, it should be in the honor of the champion, man. Usyk should
Well, it's not happening in the Ukraine, bro. There's no money there for it.
No, they've got bro. AJ's gotten too comfortable in the UK. The UK. Fight somewhere else other than the UK, bro.
Yeah, but he fought in Saudi Arabia as well, though. Like
the Saudi Arabia because they needed to recoup that money and they needed to do something different.
Well, he fought there regardless, but he fought there. That was not the UK.
My thing is, bro, he better have that mentality of do or die in that ring. Listen, as much as I'm a big critic of Wilder, that man has that do or die fucking mentality in that ring, and that's what separates you from fucking champs. Every one of these champs said it: do or die in that ring. Muhammad Ali, do or die in that ring. Joe Frazier, they all did it, man. It's you, like I said, it's either you got it or it's either you don't. And you going into that fight, if you have doubt going into that fight, saying, "Oh man, maybe if hopefully if I do lose," if you come out with that mentality or any mentality of you thinking you're gonna lose, it's over, man. It's over. That mentality should be win.
Even Tony Bellew did better. He got knocked out, but he did much better because he actually won some clear rounds properly. Like Joshua didn't win any clear round to me, like proper, like caught clear that listen, this is Joshua. No, he didn't.
Right.
He
You're
didn't.
right.
The rounds he got were very close rounds, and for me, they just 2 rounds, if that, 2 to 3 rounds. So Tony Bellew even did much better. Chisora did much more better. Come on, it's a disgrace. Seriously, Joshua needs to properly. He needs to go have a good rethink. They need to have like a critical analysis of what has happened to him and what has happened to the team, and that team needs to be dissolved.
Listen, I understand people are saying, "Oh, if you're not a boxer, yes, I'm not a." This guy said about Brandon Jackson, if I'm not a boxer, this and that. No, I'm not a boxer, but I'm. Listen, we as a fan we support a fighter.
I
We
think I
have
think
every.
I think it is very sorry, Ty. It is very stupid for people to keep saying this thing. You're not a boxer. Can Joshua do what I do for a living? Because it's not what I do. So that doesn't mean that I can't
Bro,
be criticized for what I do. Sorry.
Brandon Jackson, I think I think you are mistaking Nigerians for other people, bro. We are warriors. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
don't even go there. Don't even go there. Do you know how many street fight I've had back where I come from in Benin City? Or do you know people who grew up in Ajigule or in the Surulere side like they had to fight for survival? Do you even know, bro? Don't even go there. But we are talking about guy. We are from the trenches, bro. We're not from the trenches where you get handouts. From the trenches, bro. What are you saying, bro? Do you know how many fights I've had when I was growing up? I mean, it has people that
But
know me well. They will tell you that.
let me tell you something about AJ. Listen, AJ, like I've said, I've pointed out so many things about this guy. It's not even funny. If you're coming from the amateurs and somebody's been eyeing you, these guys think you're gonna be great. They've been eyeing you and they've been preparing for you for a long, long time. They've been watching you for a long, long time. They've been preparing for you. They've been looking to get in that ring with you because they are hungrier. So when they get in that ring, best believe they're gonna be well prepared to fight you. Listen, I've said it from the go when it was 2-3 years ago when this whole nonsense with Wilder, Deontay. I'm like, yo, AJ, just concentrate on fighting these other guys, your mandatories, and getting them out the way. Fight them and get them out the way, right? I've said Usyk has been eyeing you for such a long time, man. These guys that have been eyeing you for such a long time should be your priority because at the end of the day, they come in there looking to take you out and dethrone you. Usyk's trainers they all been watching you. Your biggest fan have been watching you the longest. Manny Robles, biggest fan, has been watching you the longest. He's been in that ring with you more than once. And Usyk's trainer, they all admire you. Don't let that shit get to your head, man. They're looking to take your head off. As much as they admire you, they're looking to take your head off. And
Yes,
when
bro.
it comes to that rematch, man, bro, I really hope you take Usyk's head off because he went light on you at the end of that round. He could have taken you out. Bro. That's it, man.
Bro,
That's what I gotta say.
street fights is different from boxing. Yeah, good. That's good. That's good. However, in boxing, you don't get your liver almost. You don't get your hand almost chopped up. You know, or your feet like, bro. Let me go back to where I come from, bro. Forget about that. You don't know where we're from. You just think, bro, because we are talking about boxing or fighting. You just have to keep quiet if you are not about that life. Okay.
But Brandon Jackson, does he understand what we're saying about hunger? Listen, if nothing,
It doesn't know. The guy is just like,
don't know.
Don't worry. If you want to know what a street fighter can do in boxing, go watch Akibi Abuchi. Akibi Abuchi was a street fighter in Nigeria before he went to the US. And what did he do? He was a wrecking machine. Okay, that's the mentality of a hungry person. You know, Akibi Abuchi was a savage. Okay,
Listen,
he came from the street, bro. He came from the street of Nigeria. Joshua was very hungry. Coming up the rankings, he lost that hunger. I don't know why. He's missing business with boxing. I understand. You have to make money and this kind of stuff. However, sometimes you just got to, you have to bring in that moment where you are losing. I don't think Joshua knew he was losing on the scorecard though. I don't think he knew that.
People know now.
I think he was told a different I mean, his corner did not tell him that he was losing a scorecard. Like if they had told him that, maybe because against Klitschko in the level at the end of the 10th round, you know, I think his trainer was telling him, no, you need to go for it now, something like that, or apply more pressure. In the 11th round, he took the fight to Klitschko, and that's how he got the stoppage. If he had taken his fight to Usyk, I don't see how Usyk will survive it. It's just a fact.
Bro. Okay,
Usyk is weak to the body. Yeah.
Bro, that tweet that George Foreman put out, I'm telling you guys that was accurate. AJ has, I wouldn't say forever, but temporarily in the last few fights, he has lost his identity, period. He is no longer the savage he was. In the Klitschko fight, it was kind of 50-50. Arguably, maybe Klitschko was leading on the scorecards. But then at some point, he realized that, man, let me go knock this guy out. And that's exactly what he did. He went for the knockout. So when George Foreman, someone that has that much experience, puts out that tweet telling us that, man, it thinks AJ has lost his identity. I actually said the same thing before that tweet came out, before I saw the tweet. That was exactly what I said after the fight. I'm like, bro, this guy is no longer a killer. He used to be a killer. Back in the days, I used to be excited about, man, Wilder, Joshua, if those guys get in the ring, boy, the world will shut down. But now I don't feel that way anymore. I'm just being honest with you guys, because I don't see AJ as that killer anymore. So if he can become a killer in the rematch, maybe that would rejuvenate that excitement that a lot of boxing fans have about AJ. But I'm not going to trash the guy. He's still an elite fighter. He's made so many mistakes. He has so many yes men around him. He needs to let go of those guys, bro. Rob McCracken and the rest of them. Those guys are not good enough, period. You need to let go of those guys. Go look for better trainers, and you need to become a killer.
Facts.
Yes, brother. That's a fact right there you just spoke. Anyone of you guys want to have something to it before we Vamura here? By the way, wait. I want Adewale to react to this. Hold on, bro. Of course, you already spoke about Josh Foreman, but this tweet right here, Josh Foreman said, AJ just seems confused. I have been there. Too many in his ear. Make up your mind and be yourself, a puncher. Adewale, react to that, brother.
Bro, 100% in agreement, man. Yo, George Foreman is such an OG in the game that he's seen it all. Over 40, 50 years of boxing experience that he has witnessed. This guy has so much knowledge about boxing. When people like George Foreman talk, we all need to listen, because that is an OG that knows what he's talking about. And he's saying the same thing that most of us here are saying. Foreman is saying the same thing that majority of us are saying. AJ needs to go back to being a puncher. I understand, AJ, maybe you're afraid of being knocked out. It'll be worse embarrassment if you get knocked out by a 6'3" cruiserweight. Maybe that's what he was thinking of. Is like, man, I better not engage with this guy. Bro, you better engage with him. Because, bro, those little jabs that you were landing on Usyk's face were able to cut him up. He had swollen eyes. At some point, I believe Usyk's nose was bleeding. The only straight right hand that I seen AJ throw throughout this fight was like like my brother Ty Ajagbe said, like a love tap. Was that even a straight right hand? Bro, the straight right hand was like a jab, okay? He's standing in position, yeah? Left foot forward, right foot back, and he throws a straight right hand without power behind it. It was like a tap. It wasn't even a jab. It was less than a jab. So I'm thinking, what the hell is this guy doing, bro? Yeah, AJ that we know, this is someone that throws left hook. 1, 2, 3 combination. 1, 2, 3, 4 uppercut comes behind it. Not one single combination was thrown yesterday, bro. So AJ obviously did not fight like AJ. And at the same time, Usyk fought in his best version. So for that reason, it was just a one-sided beatdown, in my opinion. That's how I seen that fight. The scorecard of 115, 113, that was trash. To me, it was a 9-3. Usyk won 9 rounds, AJ won 3 rounds. That's how I seen that fight. Okay. And in order for AJ to do what he needs to do to beat Usyk in the rematch, he needs to go in there, okay, Be your natural weight. You don't have to be training. Oh, I'm trying to lose weight because I want to be light on my toes, bro. What's wrong with you, man? You can't be light on your toes against the big guys. By the time you fight Wilder and Fury, they will knock you out if you're trying to be light on your toes. You better go in there in your 250, 247, 255 pounds, whatever. Go in there, yeah. Make it a 4-round fight. Go for the knockout, my guy. If you get knocked out, fine. Don't go in there and be boxing with Usyk, man. You're losing your identity. You're not performing well. It's not good for you, my guy. And just so you guys know, before I leave, I am an AJ critique. I have always been an AJ critique. And I feel like AJ needs to be listening to people like me more than his extremist fan base that keeps on telling him, oh, you're the best. Oh, you're doing the greatest. You need to listen to people that would constructively criticize you so you can learn from them and improve yourself. But at the same time, we don't even know. Maybe AJ has completely lost his hunger for fighting, for putting his life on the line. Because when you go into that ring, you're putting your life on the line. Maybe AJ has lost his hunger because right now the guy is worth like, I don't know, $200 million, whatever. Maybe he's just a businessman right now. He's no longer a fighter, but we shall see.
Let me add to this. Everything that Adewale said is correct. Like I said, bro, I'm telling you right now. You better tell Usyk, I'm ready. I'm ready to die in that ring. Like, take me out, man. I'm gonna be coming after your head. That's a response. And for the love of God, man, with all this distraction, as much as I was happy with your signing, stop fucking doing that kind of shit before a fight. I don't announce that shit after the fight, man. Stop announcing big events before a fight, a signing before a fight, this and that before a fight. Stop that shit. Stop it. Announce it after the fight. That I think that's also another distraction. Your head's got to be in that game mentally. And when it comes to you fighting Usyk, you got to have that championship mentality, man. That championship mentality. What George Foreman said is right. I understand it's hit and not get hit, but if you can't follow up and just destroy your opponents, I mean, looking at your opponent's face, it looks like he had more trouble than you did with him. Oh man, that you could do better. He can absolutely do better. I know that for a fact. That was not the best performance out of every. That was the worst performance I ever seen him fight. The worst.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Raphael Dawkins of Combat Radio said, does AJ still have the appetite for war? Shout out to my brother Raphael Dawkins. Long time, bro. How's everything, bro? It's been a long time. Hope everybody's okay. And hope you're doing well. You and your household as well. Kenechukwu coming, bro.
Yeah, I think the only two people I can think of that can help AJ now, one, Virgil Hunter, or two, Eddie Mustafa. And I actually think Eddie Mustafa will be the best for him. Because Eddie Mustafa is a total disciplinarian, but trust me, once Eddie Mustafa starts to drill you, that beast will come out of you. He keeps you in seclusion. We're not going to see him in the media or doing any signings or anything. The only way you see him, you see AJ, is probably 2 weeks to the fight week, and when Matthew wants to come and record some sparring or something, you're not going to see him up and about, and he's going to be about his business, and he's going to tell him the truth. We need somebody who will tell him the truth right now, that guy, you are down on these scorecards by 3 rounds. I need you to back him up. Take one shot to make sure you get 2 shots off him. Just take one shot to make sure you get 2 shots off him. Come forward, put your head in his chest. Do not give him any space to breathe. That kind of trainer, that's what we're looking for. Not Rob McCracken, who is thinking about carrying the next G team to Tokyo or Paris or wherever they are going to. That's what we don't need. People like that. We don't need somebody. Everybody's talking about that eye of the tiger. They want to see that eye of the tiger back in him. Rob McCracken is not going to bring back.
Why didn't Antonio fight? Why didn't Antonio push Usyk around like handle him in a way like Nisco used to do his opponents, especially when they are smaller?
That's what we're saying. 3 people were giving him instructions. 3 people were giving him instructions. Which instructions should he follow? Three people are giving him instructions. Three people are giving him instructions. What instructions should he follow? Same thing that George is saying, that he's lost his identity. He looked confused. Should I jab? Adibale said the same thing. Should I jab? Should I back him up? Should I throw to his body? This thing. You are throwing to his body. He was weakening. You stop throwing to his body. You're listening. You're doing three different things. Just follow one game plan. All of us are talking right now. Has Rob McCracken come out to say, okay, this was the game plan? Nobody has spoken about the game plan.
Bro, you think about McCracken. Bro, McCracken was not even fully invested in this because there was an Olympic that happened recently and he was halfway training the Olympic fighters, halfway focusing on AJ. And that is supposed to be your head trainer.
Yes, man, like it's crazy. We just hope Joshua get it together. Just hope, bro.
If you guys don't mind, I have one final caveat to put into this. So now that Eddie Hearn has finessed his way to make AJ sign a lifetime contract, how do you think this would affect the contract? Or you go forward with my
Bro, I told you guys when this Joshua signed that contract that like a lifetime contract is not necessary. I just don't know. Was like Joshua is not going to retire for sure.
Can I just say that as it stands, we don't really know the effect that lifetime contract is going to have on AJ at the minute, because even if he had signed another, let's say 2-3 fight deal, at the end of the day, we're still going to be in this situation because AJ lost. He was beaten. So that for the right now, that wouldn't really make any difference for the right now. Maybe in the long term, we'll see what happens. But for right now, signing a 2-fight deal or 3-fight deal wouldn't mean anything. It wouldn't make any difference because he has lost now and was beaten really, really badly. So I don't think that really makes for the now. But for the future, we don't know. But for right now, like that doesn't make any difference. They're going to have a rematch. I believe that AJ still has it inside of him, but he needs to bring it out. It needs to be brought out. That ruggedness is still somewhere inside because it's like a lion who is just lying down. It doesn't mean that lion is dead. Okay, the moment you tap on that lion is going to get up and it's going to start roaring again. So hopefully he's able to get somebody who will tap him again and be like, AJ, nah, you need to get back up to who you used to be. And hopefully, if he's able to get that person, that lion is not dead. He's not dead. He's not completely gone. AJ still has it inside of him, but you need somebody that will help to bring that out. But as regards contract, bro, right now, that wouldn't make any difference, to be honest, for right now, you know?
But do you think Eddie Hearn will somehow, deep down in his heart, be looking at it like, damn, this guy is about to mess up my money?
I don't know, though. I don't think so, but
I don't think so. I think AJ and Eddie Hearn has gotten to a level in their relationship, and both their personal and their business relationship, where they will have to sit down and AJ can be like, you know what, I'm just going to retire. Or AJ, I'm going to have to let go of you. But AJ is probably just going to come out and say, well, you know what, I'm just going to retire. You know, so I think they have gotten to that level. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about retiring now. I'm just saying that if it does get to that point, that's what they're going to do. You know, I think AJ will just retire if he decides not to go with Eddie anymore. I don't think he would want to start it all over again, going to another promotional company and all of that. I don't think so.
Okay, you know what I wish is the details of the contract includes AJ gets a guaranteed purse, a guaranteed number of fights per year, and then that way, regardless what happens, win, lose, draw, fighting C-level fighters, he still gets paid maybe £30 million per fight. That's what I wish they signed in that contract. If anybody is going to lose, it wouldn't be AJ.
It would be, yeah. Eddie mentioned something yesterday, actually, in the post-fight conference. He said that AJ at the minute fights twice a year, but that might be something they need to sit down and talk about, that maybe he needs to get a bit busy. He said it yesterday in the post-fight conference, that at the moment he only fights twice a year, but they need to look at that now. Maybe that's one of the things affecting him. So I don't think that they will let go of each other right away, unless they both come to like a mutual agreement. So maybe AJ will fight Usyk in the next fight. Hopefully, he's able to do the job and probably fight a couple of fights in between before going for another big one. So that's what I think. But Eddie did mention that yesterday. Only yesterday he did. So.
Thanks, brothers. I do appreciate you guys' take. We've got more coming tomorrow, I guess. I'm really, really upset with Joshua's. I'm upset with Joshua, bro. Like, I'm just upset with him. Imagine I couldn't get sleep. I couldn't sleep. Last night, I couldn't even eat. I was hungry as hell, but I was like, damn, man. Like, there's no time. No, I had no appetite of eating, bro. So let's just hope, man.
Last, yeah. The way I look at these things, it's just sports. Okay, last, not just sports. Yes, we're very passionate. We love the people we love.
Swear.
But not last, not sports. So there's no need for anyone to
I'm looking, bro. I know it's sport, bro, but you don't know the bragging rights. You don't know the bragging. Listen, it's not about losing. If Joshua lost that fight, at least he gave it his all. Okay, that would be okay. You win some, you lose some. However, it didn't look like he didn't give it his all. It didn't look like he wanted to even win that fight. Maybe someone told me yesterday, said, what makes you think? I mean, maybe someone said maybe Joshua let Usyk win that fight because he wants to become a 3-time heavyweight champion. Okay, like, oh. I say, I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's not
that could be the reason why.
In that fight. That's not
That's
true.
crazy. That just sounds crazy, to be honest.
It does sound crazy because I'm still in awe because that video I sent you guys, it just didn't look right to me. I'm like, what is he doing? It just did not look right. Like, we know he can do better than that. We all know it. Like maybe that hunger it needs to come out, like everybody's been saying, because I can't put my finger on it. Why that little video I sent you, just that tip, and then what makes it even more worse is the ending. It's just that AJ, I don't know that guy. That's not the guy we know.
This is by far. Yesterday was by far AJ's worst performance. Worst by far.
It was
by far. He looked confused. He looked lost. He didn't know what to do. He gassed out. So what's the point of losing all the weight and all of that? And if you're still going to gas out, so if you're going to just go ahead and pull on the muscles and just come in as a dog, So what's the point?
Weight for nothing, man.
Exactly.
Man, but we shouldn't be too hard on the guy, man. At the end of the day, guys, this is my closing thoughts. I think brothers and sisters in the comment section everywhere, y'all need to take a chill pill. Stop having sleepless nights because of millionaires that are getting paid millions while you are struggling to make your $100. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on your life. Let the millionaires do their thing. And I'll tell you guys what, man. Deontay Wilder's loss made me a better boxing fan.
You became a boxer. You became a fan of boxer instead of boxing. Instead of a fan of the boxers.
Exactly.
That's how you have to be. That's how you got to be, bro. I slept like a baby. I slept like a baby last night, man. I slept like a baby. I told you. I'm not a fan of the. At the end of the day, they won't remember you at all. At the end of the day, but at the same time, listen. I care about him, and I want him to do better. And he can do better. And let's see what the rematch means.
Yes, guys, I want to say big shout out to each and every one of you for supporting Boxing Below. So shout out to Lekan Osage for the super chat. I appreciate you. And like I said, tomorrow we'll be right back with other bangers because there are so many things to talk about right now. I really want to go more deep in this, However, I'm going to definitely analyze some things tomorrow. And Joshua, of course, saying that he would like to. I believe that. I think I don't know if Usyk. I don't see Usyk reigning for a long time in the heavyweight division. He's gonna get beat. Any one of the guys he fights, he's gonna get beat, bro. He will get beat by Usyk, by Joe Joyce. That I know he will, even though he might be outboxing Joe Joyce, but Joe Joyce is going to be coming forward all the time. How many punches? Like, how will you know? You cannot drop the Joyce. His punch cannot even hold the Joyce. So you just will overpower the guy and win it by stoppage. I just see it happening, bro. Okay. Who has beat him? Wada. I don't know about Wada because Wada also has problem with movers. However, Wada only needs one right hand, bro, to really hurt you. And when he lands it, bro, you're gonna feel it. You know, I don't know if Usyk can look. I don't know if Usyk can take like 2-3 Wada right hand. I just don't know. But with Wada land the right hand, that's also a big question. However, Wada does better against shorter guys than bigger guys though. I've noticed it as well. Why Joshua struggle against shorter guys than bigger guys? Joshua is very good against big guys, and he struggle a little bit against short guys because he wants to fight on their level. That's why he always, like yesterday, he was like crushing down. I was like, why are you doing that? Fight a big man. That's a big man. So that's one of the things we have to look up to, and it's just sad in a way. I'm really upset with Joshua's performance. His team, the advice it was being given, no, you cannot outbox a superior boxer. I told you guys that Joshua, like Usyk, is more superior than Joshua when it comes to this boxing stuff right here. Usyk's movement alone is crazy. You saw yesterday, guy was moving non-stop. In the mid rounds, he stopped because he was already hurt to the body by Joshua, and he just couldn't do it. Joshua should have gone to the body more and just give it all. But it's just what happens. I mean, bad night, and I hope Joshua bounce back, and I believe he can bounce back. But he needs to get that hunger back. You know, it's no longer like the hunger is gone as of now. It's gone. He needs to get it back, and he needs to be as rugged as possible in terms of like when he get in that ring. Show Usyk no respect, go in there, beat him up like a child. He can do it. If you want to box with Usyk, he will outbox you 10 times out of 10. It's just a fact. Usyk is just a superior boxer. Like, he's like above superior, bro, when it comes to this boxing stuff. This guy's he's had more than 300 amateur fights. This guy's not a joke. And it's so interesting that even Sean Porter beat Usyk in the amateurs. So it's crazy that this happened like almost 13 years ago, and Usyk is now an heavyweight, former undisputed cruiserweight champion, and now unified heavyweight world champion. That's crazy. That's mad. From a guy that got beat by Sean Porter. Wow, a welterweight guy. So we'll see what happens. God bless you all. Stay tuned for Muslim Bar right here.